and show another connection. Go to Romans 8. We said part of the false expectation is that even though I've set myself separate from God, I still expect that when Christ returns, I will be with him in eternity. There's another related false expectation that we often don't think about. And when we go to Romans 8, we can see this written in verse 19. It says, "For the earnest expectation of the creature waiteth for the manifestation of the sons of God." If I believe I am a good person, I've already manifested. I'm not waiting for anything. And notice, it does not say the creature waited for the manifestation of the Son of God, sons, plural, which also includes daughters. In other words, we should be waiting for the manifestation of the body of Christ, the group, the union, not a single person. Yeah. So part of my expectation should be focused on, is the body moving forward? See, pride says, I just worry about myself. Love says, no, I need to be concerned with everyone else. Their growth. Because I can't grow unless everyone else grows. Does everyone get that? It's a very different way of thinking. Pride says focus on yourself. Love says focus on everyone else. So as we joined Marcus and Courtney in a marriage covenant yesterday, we read in Genesis chapter 1 that God's first command to man was be fruitful. And it's very interesting, he told this command to a couple. In other words, fruitfulness is related to unity. Fruitfulness is related to unity. We, like any tree, the tree is not generating fruit for itself. It's generating fruit for somebody else to partake of. So you can go up in a cave and try to generate fruitfulness and be fruitful, but if there's no one to pluck it, they were not serving God's purpose. He said, be fruitful to people. Which means we have to think in that perspective. We have to think from the body, not self. I'm generating fruit, but it's for David, it's for someone else. It's not for me. Which means I need to be related to other people. Pride says, lust says, just make sure you get your own, and it's good. But God says, that's sin. That's hate, ultimately. To focus on self is hate. Make sure everyone understands that. Remember, the first two commandments are what? Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all, not with some, not with maybe 99%, 100%, all. And through that love, we can fulfill commandment number 2. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself, or thou shalt love thy neighbor in replacement of thyself. All the stuff you do for yourself before, now do for your neighbor. Ignore yourself. Deny yourself. And that says, that's how you love yourself. Notice, to love yourself, ignore yourself. To love yourself, hate yourself. Go to John 9. See, Jesus said some very similar things. The last 3 verses in John 9. And Jesus said, for judgment I am come into this world, that they which see not might see, and they which see might be made blind. And some of the Pharisees which were with him heard those words, and said unto him, are we blind also? Jesus said unto them, if you were blind, you should have no sin. But now you say, we see, therefore your sin remaineth. Now as a Christian, you still say, I am a good person. The Word of God says you're still in sin. See, to see is to see through the eyes of God, which means I have to do everything like God. I have to receive His word as the truth and not my version of His word. But he's telling these people, because you believe you see now, he says, your sin remains. Any Christian who still believes I am a good person, their sin remains. And so they should not be surprised when Christ returns, when they're separated with the goats and are not separated with the sheep. By the way, the goats go to the lake of fire. The sheep remain with Christ for eternity. Just based on just that thought. The Pharisees, the reason it's using the Pharisees, they consider themselves